Welcome to In the Desert of Set, a pagan and occult website by G.B. Marion. I'm G.B. Marion. I write about life as a polytheist in contemporary times with random, long-winded detours into ancient history, classic horror movies, and all kinds of other fun stuff. Won't you join me for today's adventure? If you'd like to read a free electronic print copy of the following recording, please visit desertofset.com. Setianism, a brief introduction. Do you believe there is more to this world than what science can tell us? Are you tired of the crimes and hypocrisies of organized religion? Do you wish there was a faith that will truly accept you for who and what you are? There is. It's called Setianism, and you just might be a Setian without even realizing it. Setians are people who revere and emulate a god called Set. Also known as Seth, Sutek, and Typhon, Set is the Egyptian god of storms, otherness, and radical individualism. He is both a warrior who saves the world from terrible chaos monsters, and a trickster who challenges his fellow gods whenever they grow complacent. Set is one of the oldest gods to still be worshipped on this planet. His following goes back more than 5,000 years, predating Judaism, Christianity, and Islam by centuries. Unlike other gods, Set does not give commandments or judge humanity for its sins. He is not here to micromanage our lives or legislate our morality. He is here to keep the world alive for everyone, including those who shun him, and to share his strength with the chosen few who catch his interest. When Set chooses a person for one of his own, it is a two-way street. He is the Setian above, and the Setian is Set below. Your will and his will are one, and your autonomy is absolute. No other sentient being has any right to interfere with your autonomy, unless, of course, you violate someone else's autonomy first. This applies to Setians of all shapes, sizes, ethnicities, and identities. Unlike other faiths, we are not required to identify by our birth sexes or carry our pregnancies to term. Set does not tell anyone what to do with their own minds or bodies, and neither do Setians. Your authority is given to you by Set himself, and it is inalienable. It cannot be revoked by any church or government, and it cannot be denied to you by any god. If other religions resemble flocks of docile sheep, then Setians are like wild donkeys who refuse to be herded or domesticated. Set demands self-determination from his followers, not blind obedience, and for this reason there is no prescribed way for Setians to believe or practice. Some are Kemetics, or pagans who reconstruct the ancient Egyptian religion. Others are Hermeticists, Gnostics, Kabbalists, Thelemites, or even chaos magicians. Setians can combine their love for Set with any other religious traditions they personally value, including Christianity. Other faiths view humanity as mere property or playthings for the gods, but Setians believe each person is sovereign over him or herself. We do not have to accept our fate or God's will, for Set gives us the strength and the willpower to make our own prayers come true, as well as to forge our own destinies. Again, you just might be a Setian without even realizing it. Ask yourself, are you an outsider by nature? Do you feel a connection with the dark side of nature, such as storms, nocturnal animals, or eerie locations? Do you seek your own answers to life's questions, rather than blindly accepting whatever you were told at face value? Do you resent anyone who might try to control or manipulate you, even a god? Do people browbeat, harass, or even threaten you for either of the above? If the answer to each of these questions is yes, it is possible that Set has already chosen you for one of his own. If you think this might be the case, Find a spot where you can be alone and say out loud, "Great Set, please give me the truth." Then keep your eyes peeled for the next several days. If you are truly a Setian, Set will give you a sign that only you will be able to recognize. Then you will know for sure he is with you. If you are indeed Setian, but you don't know how to start practicing your faith, here are some simple steps on how to conduct a Setian ritual. These are offered here only as a starting point. Feel free to alter these steps according to your own needs and preferences. Step 1. Prepare your ritual space. Whether you are indoors or outdoors, find a nice spot where you feel secluded and safe. Step 2. Observe a moment of silence. Light a candle, preferably red, then stand or sit quietly for at least 2 minutes. Step 3. Recite an invocation to Set. Raise both of your arms into the air and recite an invocation like this one. Great Set, O dreaded sovereign of the sky, please look upon me with your fathomless eye. Greet me as your friend and ally. Step 4. Observe an additional moment of silence. Reflect on the fact that you are Set on earth and he is you in heaven. Step 5. Articulate the purpose of your rite. State your will to Set, whether it is to bless a friend, banish negative energy. You must clearly articulate your intent in your own words. Step 6. Make an offering to Set. The Egyptians made votive offerings by dedicating food to their gods and ingesting it during worship. In this way, they actually shared meals with their higher powers. Since most of Set's sacred animals are herbivores, it is strongly recommended that you offer him vegetarian meals only. Some lettuce or watermelon should suffice. Step 7. Recite a closing litany. For example, thank you, great Set, for your audience. I acknowledge many gods, but you are the greatest. I hope and I pray that I make you proud somehow. So mote it be. To learn more about Setian beliefs and culture, please visit desertofset.com. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this sermon and you'd like to read some more, please check out desertofset.com. I hope you have a wonderful day. Set bless.